Here's the captain. I would like to order to remain seated. There's bomb aboard and we are going to back to the airport and to hand over demand, so please remain quiet. Say again. Executive 956, did you understand that transmission? Yeah, that transmission he said was unreasonable. It sounded like someone said they have a bomb on board. Sir, did you hear the transmission where the airplane that said he had a bomb on board? Affirmative, he said there was a bomb on board. That's what we thought. We just we didn't get it clear. That aircraft you can't get a hold of, has he turned to the east now? He's just turned to the east also. Okay, 956, we had a visual on him, just stand by. Do you have a visual on him now? We did, but we lost him in the turn. You can make a turn back to a 220 heading. Let me know if you can see him. They were making a turn at 956. We're anybody northwest of you. You can see that. We're looking down first. Okay, American 10-6 and Executive 956. We just lost the target on that aircraft.
Man, Z100 852. Something weird is going on.
Yeah.
The World Trade Center is on fire.
Oh my Seriously, the top of the building. We're trying to get information.
Top level of one of the
news to unfold from New York City.
A plane crashed. Just
my sister's in that building.
Okay.
And I hope she's okay. And I gotta run to New York. Oh my God! It's complete pandemonium.
All right, first of all, calm down.
There's raining papers and ashes and.
Jumping out the windows. Over there, they're jumping out the windows.
A second plane has now flown in.
Wait, explosion at the Pentagon?
A third location is on alert and outside of Washington.
I don't have words to describe what I'm witnessing right now.
Effective immediately until further notice, flight operations in the national airspace system by United States civil aircraft and foreign civil and military aircraft are prohibited.
Freedom itself was attacked this morning by a faceless coward, and freedom will be defended.
Oh, God!
Oh, my God.
On itself, and it is.
It just landed on Manhattan.
One of the World Trade Towers has collapsed and fallen.
Oh, God, there it goes!
I've never seen anything like this.
I've got 5 patients. They need to be. We got an ambulance full of cops and pedestrians. Another tower that just came down. All the cops away from the building. You got a female officer down. Female officer, where are you now, King? Where are you, King? Where are you?
We're not going to be stopped. We're not going to be deterred. We're not going to stay at home. We're not going to be frightened. We're going to live our lives as Americans.
We're all brothers. We all got to stick together.
My God, look at the skyline without the towers.
It is Tuesday, September 11th, 2001. This is Glenn Beck. Dateline, New York. In one of the most audacious attacks ever, terrorists hijacked 2 airliners, crashed them into the World Trade Center in a coordinated series of blows today that brought down the twin 110-story towers. Thousands may be dead. 58,000 people work at the World Trade Center.
Sean, it's me. I just wanted to let you know I love you, and I'm stuck in this building. I'm waiting at the building where Mom went off. I don't know, but there's lots of smoke, and we just wanted you to know that I love you always.
One plane, United Flight 93, crashed north of Somerset County Airport, a small airport 80 miles southeast of Pittsburgh. United said that flight, a Boeing 757, left Newark at 8:01, headed for San Francisco at 38.
Because knowing that will prevail.
We will not turn.
It is as old as the scriptures.
We will not falter.
And is as clear.
And we will not fail.
As the American Constitution.
That is the news of this day. September 11th, 2001.
Was that United 93? Is that United 93 calling? United 93, United 903. United 93. Was that United 93?
Good morning, America. Good morning to you. God bless America. It is Patriots Day. Let us all remember 9/11. That's what we're going to talk about today. I can feel the goosebumps starting already. But with this day comes another sunrise, another chance to shine. And again, a week has almost come to an end. What have you done to make this world a better place since we last came together? What have you done for your country? What have you done for your family? What have you done for your God? And this past Tuesday, we talked about grandparents. Before we go any further, I want to know, for those that still have grandparents, did you call them up? Did you do something with them? Did you take that opportunity to spend some time with them? And I hope you did. And if not, you've got a weekend to call up somebody you love, somebody you care about, and say, hey, I love you and thank you. Did you take the time to think about those memories from the past with grandparents? Now, the great thing is there is still time, my friends, to do just that, as well as be great and do something special for someone else. And again, you don't have to be from Hollywood. You don't have to have a #1 song on the billboards. You can be great each and every day if you choose to. So let us wake up our friends and seize the day. I don't know about you, but David and I, we are all saddled up. And yes, Brother Jim is wearing this wonky patriotic hat. As David said, you look a little wonky. And I said, well, guess what, brother? I am a little wonky. I've got an Uncle Sam's hat up there, but it's screwed to the wood, so we can't wear that. So I will have to work on a better patriotic hat. But yes, I got the red, white, and blue, and right there too. But hey, we're all saddled up, ready to go this beautiful morning. So come on, open those eyes up, grab yourself some giddy up and go. Get yourself some rocket fuel. The weekend is almost here. So saddle up and let us hit the trail together, charging, not dragging into the weekend with joy in our hearts and a smile on our face. Come on, everybody. Smile. You got to use it or you're going to lose it. If anything else, this get up right here ought to make you smile. Good golly, I look like from Beverly Hillbillies.
Jed
Maybe you could pipe in that opening song there, Yeah. Oh my goodness, that ought to make you smile. Come on, we can do it. You can do it, friends. We are almost there. The weekend is upon us. And what are you going to do this weekend? Now, I know everything gets crammed into a weekend, but man, take some time with your family, some friends. Do something fun, even if it's for an hour or two. Like David last week, drove to Zanesville. I'm sure he had his moments of fun until he seen the detour sign, but hey, it's all good. Speaking of David, well, it's the moment you've all been waiting for. It's shake and bake time. Yes, it is. I keep thinking of Talladega Nights, brother. Cal Norton Jr. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, allow me to introduce the one, the only, the man of the hour, the one and only. No, by the way, I'm taking my hat off for this. He's one of my best friends, Mr. David Keener. Good morning, my friend.
Good morning. Thank you, Ricky Bobby.
You got to shake it before you bake it. What is going on in Keenerville, especially for the upcoming weekend?
I don't know. Haven't got there yet. Like I said, my plans are kind of spur of the moment. Last weekend, we just decided that, spur of the moment, we're going to Zanesville. So there's nothing that's really planned that I know of, or at least have been told about yet. So we'll see.
You just go with the flow.
Yep, pretty much.
How many of us just go with the flow? Just whatever Mama wants to do, we're going to do.
Yep.
You know, I forgot to say something, but last Saturday, Ellie had a volleyball game over at Connaughton, and I forgot my phone, David.
Oh, geez.
And guess what?
Haven't missed it?
Haven't missed it.
I'd be lost without mine.
It was so peaceful. Got to admit, it was so peaceful. And it was weird because you're always looking for it, and it's like, this is so nice. And the only thing I worried about, friends or family trying to get a hold of me, but I figure they can call Carrie if they need something emergency. But it was nice. And I went to bed Saturday night with no electronic in my hand. And I actually went to sleep.
Hey!
Imagine that, huh? Yeah, I was tired too, but yeah. So just kind of going with the flow, are you?
Yeah, I think so.
And, it's nice some weekends not to have just nothing planned.
Yeah.
Just do whatever you want to do and get some stuff done. And again, I find, especially this time of year right now, just getting stuff ready outside or getting caught up.
I'm working on that, yeah.
Yeah, and, you go out back, at least I can, and I can have a fire here, have a fire there, and I don't know what your city ordinances are about a fire. Now, that's a fire. We're hoping to do this again, and I was going to do a live broadcast, and it didn't work out. But here the other night for Roxford Church, we had a men's night, and I got to take this hat off right now, man. I can't do it. Yeah, I can't do it here. I'm going to. Well, we'll go back to Bigfoot, but it was a good time, and it was so funny. We're going around, and we had like 15 guys, which was really good.
Yeah.
All demographics and age. And I thought, hey, we'll do an icebreaker. Tell us your name and something about you.
Yeah.
Well, the first guy, I won't mention his name. God bless him. He's young, and he's having problems with his credit score. He woke up that morning, and his credit score had dropped 10 points. And I'm like, and that set the tone for the night. And then we have another young man, God bless him, who now has a job at Rural King. He's got that promo line down about getting the Rural King credit card.
Oh, yeah?
That whole night he was trying to sell credit cards to everybody. Because evidently he gets a little extra for that. But again, just sitting around the fire, just joking. Nothing too serious,
Yep.
And it was just a good time. So we're going to try to do that again, and we'll hopefully let you know for any of you men. Women, I'm sorry, but you're on your own for that. Have your own fire. Not being sexist, but
We have the women's Bible study.
Yeah, they got a women's Bible study that here at Roxford. That's on Thursday nights. Check us out online for that. But here we are, 9/11. And David, do you remember that day when a black eye was put on this nation's history?
Sure do.
Where you were, what you were doing?
Yep. I was working the late shift at Sears. I worked at Sears back then, and I had the afternoon shift, so I was sleeping in. I would have been 22 years old, so wasn't one for getting up early in the morning. Still not one for getting up early in the morning, but I woke up and turned the TV on, and by then pretty much everything had already transpired. And I'm like, what in the world is going on? And just basically sat there and watched the news until it was time to go to work. I think I went in at 12:30 that day. Yeah. And the mall was just absolutely empty. Anybody who was there in my department to watch the televisions of what was going on. And they shut them all down early at 5 o'clock. They said, nah, we're just going to shut her down. Everybody go home. So
it was a defining moment.
It was.
I wasn't around for the Kennedy assassination.
Nope.
I missed a lot of things, but that is something that I will never, ever forget. And I'm sure many of you viewers listening in, you'll never forget where you were, what you were doing. I was up at Nationwide, and I remember I was moving this guy, his workstation, and I was down on my knees hooking his computer up down there and everything, and his phone, and somebody, oh my goodness, I think it was like 9 o'clock I heard. And at first I thought it was a hoax, like, yeah, right. And it wasn't a hoax.
Nope.
And that whole day was just the fear in everybody's eyes, the unknown, the uncertainty, what is going on. And then as you heard more and more of this chain of events happening.
Yeah.
And then that night, oh my goodness, just, I think everybody in the country, probably in the world, was glued to their TV, watching in disbelief and wondering what's next.
Yeah.
Will there be more? Definitely changed our world, changed our country. But before we go there, because we're going to dive into it today, let me get back to this. There's still beauty in this world. There's still goodness in this world. There's still love. Are you willing to embrace the beauty of life? Your life that God has given you. And yes, God has given you life. As I always say, David and I say, find the good and forget the bad. Now, it's kind of hard to forget this one. And that's some of my fears, David, that are our children being taught this. You know, I would love to see in history classes, is it even mentioned anymore? And let us rejoice that we are alive, because how many people got up that morning, went to work, not knowing that that was the last time they would see their family.
Yeah.
How many breakfasts were made? How many dinner plans were made that night? Hey, you're picking up the kids, got a ballet recital to go watch. How many firemen, police officers, EMS, first responders never even fathomed what would happen that day.
Yeah.
And when you look in the mirror, my friends, please, especially, remember that you are beautiful. You matter in this world, and most of all, you are loved. And I pray that you take this time to think about that. And I'm always pushing the memories, but maybe take some time, too, to think about what freedom really means to we as a country. For the men and women who died, sacrificed their life, gave their blood, that we can have this freedom, that David and I can come to you not worried, well, most of the time not too worried about, what we're going to say. Because I don't think we'd be able to pull this off in North Korea or China.
Nope.
Yeah, we probably would have been put in a camp long ago. But again, and I'm going to challenge you, take some time. If your kids don't know your grandkids, sit down and explain it to them. Talk about it, because that way it'll never be forgotten. And hopefully you smile this week, because I can't help but thinking how many families would love to see that smile one more time that lost a loved one that day.
Yeah.
Just to see them walk through the door and smile and laugh. Have you laughed this week? Have you smiled this week? And if not, why? Why not? And come on, world. Come on, viewers. Come on, everybody. We can do better. Get out there in this world and smile and be happy. Now, I thought about, should we do humor or not today? But we got to do humor, because that's part of life.
Yeah.
The good will overcome the bad. Good versus evil. David, the other day, a couple went to the county courthouse to get a marriage license. And they accidentally walked into the office that handles hunting license. And they proclaimed to the clerk, we're from out of state, said the prospective groom. Can we get a license? The clerk replied, no, but I can give you a 3-day permit. Come on and laugh. We need some laughter. And I thought that one was pretty good. I'm sure there's some bride and grooms out there that wish they only got a 3-day permit.
You're right.
And if Carrie's listening, that ain't funny. Our thought of today: courage is contagious. When a brave man takes a stand, the spines of others are often stiffened. Billy Graham. I got this little thing I want to read to you. Alan Jankowski, I'm probably butchering his name, he wrote this, and I remember reading this a while back. It's entitled, We Shall Never Forget. Let the world always remember that fateful day in September, and the ones who answered duty's call should be remembered by us all, who left the comfort of their home to face perils as yet unknown, embodiment of goodness on a day when man's heart had gone astray. Sons and daughters like me and you, who never questioned what they had to do, who by example were a source of hope and strength to others who could not cope. Heroes that would not turn their back, with determination that would not crack, who bound together in their ranks and asking not a word of thanks. Men who bravely gave their lives, whose orphan kids and widowed wives can proudly look back at their dad, who gave this country all they had. Actions taken without regret. Heroism we shall never forget. The ones who paid the ultimate price, let us never forget their sacrifice. And never forget the ones no longer here, who fought for the freedom we all hold dear. And may their memory never wane, lest their sacrifices be in vain. Serious words there, man. How long ago was 9/11? 9/11, I forgot this, was on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
It was in week 37 of 2001. And 24 years later, here we are, talking about it. Now, Dave and I, we remember. We remember where we were. We remember the effects. Is our country any better, my friends? What about you? Do you remember what you were doing and where you were at when the news broke? When you watched those planes head into their pre-selected targets? Do you remember when the towers fell? Oh, Lord. Do you remember the not knowing, the fear, the anger? And yes, there was anger and hate that might, I'm talking for myself, that came from your heart and mouth, that came from my heart and mouth. I remember that, David. So angry. Oh, wanted blood. Yeah. Wanted blood for what they did. Listeners, what was going through your minds that morning and throughout the day, as well as the day to come, as the days to come? How do you feel now? David, what about you? Your thoughts and ideas from where we started 9/11 24 years ago to now?
I wish we could go back to the people we were on 9/12.
Yeah.
On 9/12, everybody was unified. We were lined up to donate blood to victims who didn't exist.
Exactly.
I mean,
I remember other countries. Putin.
Yeah.
Putin had even lined. Yeah, it was Putin, I think.
We were getting condolences from around the world.
Yeah. Lined up to give blood. Yeah, I forgot about that. Just giving blood.
Yeah. Congress standing on the steps of the Capitol singing God Bless America. Could you imagine that happening today? There's no way.
There'd be a fist fight.
There's people in Congress who hate America.
Yes.
Let's be honest.
Yes, amen. Sorry, you can agree or disagree, but I agree with David on that one.
Yeah.
They are there to destroy America, the America that we know,
yeah.
that we remember.
And what will it take to get us back there? Is it going to take another 9/11? God, I hope not.
I don't know. I really wish I had an answer for you on that, David.
Yeah.
David, maybe you listeners have an answer, but what would it take for us to regain our patriotism, our love for our country, our love for our fellow man, and a love for God? And, you know, the sad thing is, David, I was reading on this because I wondered how did it affect the church? Oh, churches got filled up real quick.
Yeah.
But it took about 3 months.
Yeah, it didn't last long.
And then the churches went back to being the regular, every Sunday morning goers. And I'll never forget, because I was up in Canton at that time, and I had to run downtown. And I remember the repository was handing out these free flags, paper flag, like a poster board.
Yeah.
People were out on the streets. There was none of this looking down at the street. There was a look in your face. Good morning.
Mm-hmm.
Even the homeless, to the ones that would never give you the time of day, there's a somber look in their eyes. We connected. Maybe that's a great word or a good word to use. We were connected through this tragedy. What happened? What happened? What about you guys? What's your thoughts on this? Because I know it's not the America we have now. That, like you said, September 12th.
Yeah.
We were one. And boy, did we go to you know what you find out in the cow patties.
Yeah.
In the fields. A couple years later, I joined a volunteer fire department, and it was one of the reasons why I couldn't go in the military, But a way to serve. Because I thought about that, 343 FDNY firefighters plus one New York fire patrolman that were killed in that terrorist attack. And I can't imagine. And that one picture, maybe we can find it, shows that fireman walking up as people were coming down. It's a great picture.
Yeah.
Of him just looking, and I think he did survive. And I tell you, when you got that turnout gear, you got your pack on, they're carrying high-rise packs, hoofing it. That says something right there. But yet how many, and I love this, how many men who were off duty, David, they did a UE, just got off shift, and they came back. The one guy who was deceased in the attack, they had a picture of him running through the tunnels because he hit the traffic jam back to his firehouse, grabbed his gear, and he went, and he died. Years ago, we were part of, Canton had it was like a safety thing for the city, and it involved first responders. And at the one breakfast, we actually had a New York fireman who was there, and he was telling his story, David. And his truck, and I don't know where he was coming out of, but his truck, his engine was the third engine in line. And they got called out for a fire alarm.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know them boys were jacked. And he was so mad because his engine, had to go check, and it was a false alarm, David. But they rolled up just as the first tower fell, and they were able to jump under their engine to protect them.
Wow.
And he said, you talk about, and I'm adding a little bit here, but basically the concept you got was, thank God, because if that false bank alarm, they would have been killed. You talk about the hand of God protecting. And I can't help but think, David, the 9/11 attacks left 2,977 dead across New York, Washington, D.C., and Pennsylvania, according to the 9/11 Memorial and Museum. Now, that total includes the 2753 who died in New York, 184 at the Pentagon, and 40 people who were on Flight 93 that crashed in Pennsylvania. But how many men and women have died because of the aftermath of all that stuff they inhaled? How about the construction workers who were there, who would not leave when their shift was done, going through the rubble, looking for survivors? And that, to me, David, that just shows what American spirit is. I'm not leaving. And how many went to the physical limit? They were exhausted, and they still kept going on. They took pride in what they were doing. If they were part of a rescue mission, recovery.
Yeah.
And now how many we've lost because of everything they inhaled or even have taken their own lives. I don't know. But let us always remember the lives that were lost that day. Let us remember the pride we had to be Americans. Race, sex, political affiliation, religion, did it really matter at that time? No, it did not. We were united as a country for once. And again, listeners, America, I ask, what happened to that unity? What happened? I mean, we fight over anything now. And I'm just going to be honest, and yes, we're on social media, but look what social media has given the platform to. More destruction, more anger, more hatred, dividing us. And I'm trying not to call the kettle black here, because yes, we use this, but we're trying to use it for a good platform. Do we even know what we argue over anymore, David?
I think we argue just for the sake of arguing.
Because we got to be right.
Yeah.
How sad that is. And I can't think of what the men and women who have died for our country since the beginning, what would they think now? What would they think if they looked at the America that we've become?
It's unrecognizable.
It is. Any thoughts, David, on why we've gotten to where we're at?
I mean, it's pretty obvious. We've abandoned God. We've abandoned our principles. We don't stand for anything anymore.
Oh. We don't want to offend the other person.
Yeah.
What if our founding forefathers said, well, we'd love to be a free country, but we don't want to offend the English, the Brits?
Yeah.
Where would we be now? What if those men and families, I don't want to exclude the women, the wives that backed them, what if they didn't have the fortitude to stand up for what was right? It seems now we stand up for anything, and boy, we're just destroyed, especially on social media, especially the news.
Yep.
We're destroyed.
Cancel culture.
Oh, what's that again, David?
We live in a cancel culture.
Yes.
If I don't agree with you, I'm going to destroy you.
Where wrong is right and right is wrong.
Yeah.
The world we live in. And it's told right there in the word right here. We become lovers of ourselves. We become lovers of money. We become lovers of everything except God. And I truly believe we have even forgotten what it is to fear God. I keep going back to thinking, in our area, especially the tragedies we've had in our little area. And no, I am not blaming God one bit. But I can't help but think as a father in heaven is trying to draw us close, to prepare us. Because again, David, I never signed a contract saying this life was going to be easy.
Yeah.
That this life would not have heartbreak, would not have your dark moments. But again, through Christ, through God alone, He is there willing to walk with us, to walk with you, to take your hand, to lead you through the valleys, through the shadows, and even lead this country. And I, as a man, a husband, a father, a grandpa, as a son, a brother in Christ, and as Brother Jim, our country needs revival. Now, you can agree with me or you can't. Choose not to. But let me ask you something. What we're doing today, is it working? I don't think so. As I said last Sunday, kids are just being booted to the side. There, you want to talk about something? What about family? Our family structure has been destroyed in so many cases. No dad, and especially the dad thing. Moms left to handle it all, or dads left to handle it all. But again, we go against God's will. And I am sorry, but He is the creator of all. Don't you think He knows what He's doing? But yet we, with our big brains and our smart mouths, we think we got it. We know what we're doing, right, David?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. My goodness. For the love of all that is holy, people. Where's your pride to be an American? And I know you might, oh, Jim, no. I'm saying I struggle with our government, okay? But I am still proud to be an American. I am proud to be an American man who is God-fearing, who tries his best to make this world a better place. Just think, David, if we all could make this world just a little bit better each day, think we could turn our country around?
Absolutely we could.
Just think if all of us so-called believers would get down on our knees and actually pray to God for revival, for our families' restoration, our church's restoration. What would happen? We sit in our chairs, we sit on our sofas, we play with our little phones, we do this, we do that, and we watch the world go by. True? When's the last time you had a heart-to-heart talk with your kid? When's the last time you had a heart-to-heart talk with your spouse or your parents or just somebody in the church or one of your good friends? I don't know, David. I really don't know what happened. And like you said, we've turned from God, definitely. But even just the act of basic humanity to help one another.
Yeah.
There's always conditions, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Any more to help, there's a condition.
Yeah.
Or what am I getting out of it? And one of the biggest problems I'm seeing now, and it's been laid on my heart, is we have so many people who are hungry, both physically and spiritually. And what's the church doing about it? Maybe your church is. God bless you. But again, what are you doing as an American, as an individual? And if you're claiming to be a new creation in God, a follower of Jesus Christ, are you helping feed? Are you helping set the foundation for future generations? And I'm not going off on our school system, but again, I know they do the best they can, but David, when a government sticks their stinking nose into our education, our history, what do you expect?
Yeah.
And I'm a big believer in this, and I'm sorry I'm going to say it, but you know what? What is history? You got some white dude sitting in a cubicle, munching on his chips, drinking his coffee, writing history for our children to read. David, think about our history in our area. I mean, we've got a lot of places to visit, do we not?
Absolutely, we do.
That we could learn, that we could take our kids, we could take our grandkids and say, hey, let's check out Shunbrun. Let's go up to Fort Lawrence there and, Zord. Let's Steubenville. I mean, good golly, the Ohio River. Think about the steel mills that built this country. Pittsburgh's, an hour and a half away from us.
Yeah.
Go up and check out Lake Erie, all those Rust Belt. Is that what they call them? Rust Belt cities?
Rust Belt,
yeah. Yeah, I took my daughter up there a while back, David, and I got to spend the whole day up there on the shore. And I can't remember the town, but it was dead. It was dead.
Yeah.
The shipping, manufacturing had shut down. That's a part of our history. And what do? We're too busy to appreciate it.
Yeah.
And our culture is so I'm sorry, maybe it's not complete, but man, when you're shooting at the police, you're shooting at the fire, you're shooting at EMS, what are we doing?
Yeah.
And especially the volunteers, a shout out to the volunteer firemen, EMS, the tow truck drivers, even security. And yes, we have paid and unpaid, but especially the volunteers, David, they're not getting a paycheck. They're the ones who's leaving a family dinner, getting up in the middle of a basketball game because your family, my family's in trouble. They don't do it for the glory.
Yeah.
They do it because they want to help. Our law enforcement, who wants to be a cop this day and age, David? You're constantly under review.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know there's good and bad in everything. There's good pastors, bad pastors, there's good this, there's good that. But again, I think the majority of the men and women who are serving us, they just want to do the job right and come home to their families.
Yeah.
And yet here we go, we handcuff our society in what is doing right. Even our churches today, our pastors today are handcuffed because afraid of what you might say from the pulpit or afraid that you might take too much time from something or I might offend somebody. What has happened to us? Why can't we speak the truth anymore, David? Why can't we speak the truth?
Well, like you said, we don't want to offend anybody.
I don't want to offend anybody.
I'm sorry, but the Bible's offensive. It's supposed to be offensive. If you don't like it, then you got a problem.
Yeah. Maybe, just maybe, I'm doing something wrong, David.
Yeah.
Maybe, and if I'm a good, God-fearing, God-believing man, I'm getting my toes stepped on for a reason.
Yeah.
You ever think about that? Maybe there's a reason why. And I am a firm believer in the Holy Spirit. And when he starts that word conviction, you'd best listen. Lord knows I know conviction quite well. We're good friends. But you know what? That shows that I've got a real relationship, David.
Yeah.
A real relationship. Maybe that's what's missing in our world today as well as God, David. Having real relationships. To where David and I can talk and we can joke, but we can also be very serious with one another. And I thank God I got David. He keeps me out of trouble because, believe it or not, sometimes my mouth gets me into trouble, and David's there to edit it out. But that's what I rely on him for. He's my friend. He's my brother. He's making sure he's got my back, and I've got his. And that's the thing, man. We are so quick to backstab anymore, aren't we? Any good gossip we got, well, hey, did you hear Dave? Really? Yep. Come on, man. When you got the redwood sticking in your eye. I'm not talking a plank or a 2x4. It's a redwood. And if you know your scripture, you know what I'm talking about. Come on, America. We can do better. We can do better. So on this 9/11 anniversary, I beg of you to remember the lost, the fallen, the ones who gave it all, and the ones who were innocent victims. We can do this, America. We can, but we got to want it. We got to want a better life for our kids and our grandchildren. Something to chew on this weekend. Well, my friends, that just about does it for this Thursday, September 11th, 2025. Mr. David, my friend, closing thoughts or comments on this segment?
Let's try our best to get back to the people we were on 9/12.
Yeah.
Looking out for your fellow man, your neighbor, your brother. Actually care about other people.
Maybe it's time.
Yeah.
Before we lose it all. Before we lose control. Now, I'll end with this. God is in control. No doubt about that. But yet, we as a nation, we've quit asking. We've quit looking to him. Now, you can agree or disagree. You can believe in God or not. That's your priority, your prerogative. But for me, again, what we're doing, it's not cutting it. Well, our friends, as we close, please remember you, yes, you have meaning, you have value, and most of all, you are loved. May God continue to bless you just as well. May you and I continue to thank our Lord above for all the blessings each and every day, especially the freedom we have in this country. For the men and women, from the military to their families, to our first responders and their families. We are a blessed country. If we meet again, well, then we will smile and rejoice. And if not, then this parting was well made. Thank you for joining David and myself here on Bible, Bibs, and a Prayer. God bless America. God bless us. And most importantly, may we bless God. This is the Big Guy, Brother Jim.